The entire spreader assembly should be load tested by a qualified testing facility to 1.25 times the working load limit specified on the data plate of the spreader. Tandemloc Incorporated provides a load testing service that includes the bayonet and stress collar inspection that's required every 12 months, as well as offering a complete refurbishing service for your spreader. Call the Tandemloc sales team for pricing and details. After load testing, inspect all load-bearing components for signs of wear or damage. Repair or replace parts as necessary. Reference the drawing in the manual for load-bearing inspection points. In addition to the inspections you perform prior to each use and every 6 months, the 12-month inspection interval should also include the bayonet and stress collar. Now, the bayonet and stress collar are housed here in the spreader corner, and in order to disassemble them, you'll first need to remove the indicator flag. You remove this bolt here. You take the indicator flag out. Then you'll want to remove this cotter pin and these washers. Take them out of the way, and that'll free up the bayonet cam plate. You can just lift it out of the way to get to the other components. Now, I have the rest of the assembly here to make it easier for you to see. Once that bayonet cam plate is lifted out of the way, you can loosen the tensioner bolt, remove it, and that'll free up the key plate, which you can lift out of the way. Then you just unscrew the bayonet, and it'll drop right out. You set that out of the way, and then while you hold the bayonet cam plate up, you'll be able to take the stress collar out. Now, the first thing you want to look for is any corrosion, wear, or damage to the threads on both the bayonet and the stress collar. If you don't see any, then go ahead to the thread inspection. If you do see any, just go ahead and get rid of them, give us a call, we'll get you a new set. And those are matched sets. And whether you get a new set from us or whether you continue using your parts when they pass inspection, you want to keep them as a matched set. We highly recommend it. So to inspect the threads, you want to use a go gauge. In the case of current spreaders from October 2005 till now, we're using an 1.5" 6", 2A and 2B set of gauges. The no-go gauge should not go in. The go gauge should go in freely and smoothly the entire length of the threads. If you have a spreader that was manufactured prior to October 2005, the gauge size is going to be 1.5" 12", 2A and 2B. It's the same operation for the bayonet, but now you're using ring gauges. The no-go ring gauge should not go on. If it does engage, it shouldn't go more than 3 turns. This one goes about a 1/2 turn. The go gauge should go on freely and smoothly the entire length of the threads. So these threads check out with both the gauges and show no signs of wear, damage, or corrosion, so they're ready to be reassembled. You'll want to coat the threads with Loctite silver grade anti-seize, and then reassemble the parts, the reverse operation I showed you earlier. You want to screw the bayonet back in until the flat on the bayonet is even with the stress collar. Reinstall the key plate so that the notches line up. And then you'll want to reinstall the tensioner bolt. And you want to use Loctite on this. Use Loctite 242. Once you have that back in, you want to tighten that to 25 foot-pounds of torque on the tensioner bolt. Once all of that's reinstalled, you can put the bayonet cam plate back on, your washers, your cotter pin, and your indicator flag. That's all there is to the bayonet and stress collar inspection.